I don't review stuff very often, but I do get offered by a lot of companies different products that they have that they want to show on my videos. A lot of stuff is just not suitable, and I don't want to be putting up stuff that just my audience mightn't really like. So, and also I have to kind of like the product myself. I like products that are simple, yet handy, make life a little bit easier on the farm. So, none better than the new product that we've just took delivery of. So, the Tipsy bin is a meal bin. It can hold 700 kilos. It's from a company called Megafab, who have the warehouse in Galway. It's a family-run business. It's a new business, but the guy who invented this is called Michael. Lovely man. Met him last night. Didn't get to have much of a chat with him because he came during milking time. But I was speaking on the phone a few times, and I was looking up his stuff on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description right below here where you can actually look at a YouTube video of this in full operation. If I don't cover enough of it here on this one. We're using barrels at the minute. I had them actually loaded the past 2 days, ready to go to the co-op and get our meal. But then this came, so I'm going to put this on as well with the barrels, and we're going to fill it as well. But what's different about this compared to any other meal bin you might look at? Well, it has a real good advantage. So the first thing we do is we look at the lid of it, and you have the handle here. Now the handle has a bend in it, and it is weighted. So when you put the handle into the lid, you put it in, flick it the whole way through, and then it cannot lift. No wind, nothing can shake it out, and you're not all the time putting in clips and pushing a pin through or anything that's awkward. This is just simple and straightforward, and it works. Take the lid off. Any use that have meal bins like this, from loads of different brands, what's the one thing that annoys you the most about it? Now, there's probably a few things, but I have used them on different farms, and there has been one thing that has stood out more than anything, and that is when you get to the last bit of meal in your bin, you have to reach down, you can't get that last bit of meal out. Well, you can, but you have to nearly get into the bin to get it out. And when you're at that all the time, the one thing that's really going to upset is your back. Now, I suffer with my back quite badly, but a bad back is something that a lot of farmers deal with. And a lot of it's down to just improper work, carrying things that's too heavy. We all do it. I still do it. It's just something we're all guilty of. But this little invention is here to kind of help that. It'll hold 700 kilos of nut for male. You have your 2 grooves that's sitting out here and 2 on the outside. The 2 grooves that's sitting in the middle are for your forklift to go in and pick this up and drop it wherever you like. The 2 outer grooves on both sides are for a bale lifter. So your bale lifter that lifts your wrap bale can come in on either side, pick it up. Our Flemings here has picked it up, carried it no problem. You can squeeze in around it, and it's very, very simple. But the grooves are good and deep. They're not curved, they're just a nice, good, deep groove. So if you keep it below 60 kilometers an hour, I don't think it's going to fall off. Having that bale lifter option is great because not everybody has a forklift or pallet forks to fit onto their loader. A lot of people who has a front loader will have a bale stacker, and a lot of people will have bale lifters for the back of their tractors too. So we're getting now to the main feature. You see the grooves here, but you notice it's flat here on this side. Well, this is where it's different than any other bin. You can see here it's chamfered along the bottom. We'll go around this side and have a look at it from here. So you can see the way it's sloped up towards the front. So what you're supposed to do is you start using your meal from the upper side, away from the flat side, from the upper side, and as you use your meal from this end, the bin starts to get lighter on this side, and gradually itself, through its own gravity and the way it's built, will start to tilt forward like that. And as you keep using your meal, that bin will eventually sit completely on its own at a tilt the whole time, and you have no problem accessing the meal at the bottom. Now, I'm a tall person, I'm 6'1", and any bin I have used, I've always struggled to get to the bottom of it. It's just something everybody has that problem with. What the majority of people is what happen, they won't fully use what's left in the bottom of it. They come along then and just refill it, and you'll always get old meal building and building on the bottom, and that's just something that happens on farms, and that's something I would probably do myself. When it's tilted like this, no problem at all, and that's the flat of my hand on the floor. Never going to be an issue. There's no reaching down to get at that. There's a hole here, which means you can wash out the bin and tilt the entire bin over, and it will drain out through that hole very quickly. It's really good, it's really strong. I can't see how it could fail. As I said before, I like it because it's simple. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to load it up here onto the bale lifter, lift it up, drop it onto the trailer, and we're going to the co-op and we're going to fill it with meal. So before we go any further, I just want to show you now that it's on the bale stacker, how it fits in. You can see it just sits lovely underneath. There's a great groove there, it's caught in nicely, it can't slip off. I don't even have it the whole way in, but it sits lovely and neatly. It's really, really solid. There's definitely going to be no issue there lifting it off. It actually works really well with the bale stacker. When I was at the local co-op, I had people come up to me and were looking at it, and once I tilted it, they all went, that's interesting. You have to forgive me, I have had root canal surgery done this morning, so my T's and my S's are just a little bit hard to pronounce, but hopefully you'll be fit to understand me. What do you think? Well, I like it. I like it for simplicity. I like it that it's practical and it stands out among the rest, and that is what's most important. I'm not sure how much it'll in mix because I had 3 other barrels with me as well. Would have probably held a little bit less because of the consistency of a mix rather than a nut. But 700 kgs of a nut is a nice weight in a portable meal bin like this. Well done to the lads at Megafab. You've come up with a great invention, and I wish you the very best of luck with it. I think any of you out there who are looking for a portable bin should not go past it, should definitely give them a shout. Check out their website at www.megafab.ie. Tipsy bin, just Google search, it pops up straight away. There are videos already on YouTube just showing it in use. It's hard for people who has invented things like this to get the word out there at the moment, because all your big agriculture shows, because of COVID, are all cancelled. So I'm happy to show you what this company have to offer, because I think it's a great item, and I think anyone that buys it will be 100% happy.